birds of a feather flock together. You get tarred by the brush of those who you hang around. And so if you're hanging around the low budget, scaredy cat type of customers, you're going to get tarred with that brush. You're the supplier for the low budget, scaredy cat types. Is that the reputation that you want? This is Jason Kanigan, president of Sales on Fire. Today we're going to talk about a question I often see on expert platforms and in forums and that, and it revolves around freelancer types, probably new to the profession, who are saying, how can I get projects? And the answers that they usually get revolve around, well, you should post in the classified section of the wanted section of the site, or go on to freelancing sites and chase bid on jobs there. And I shake my head and say that's bad advice, but they don't know any better, the people who are answering. So let's begin with a quick discussion about why I believe that's bad advice and then the alternative. Now, if you are a business owner, if you profess to be a business owner, which is a freelancer you're supposed to be, and you're afraid to talk to other decision makers, I got no hope for you. I got no hope for you because you don't believe strongly enough in here, in the me, okay, in yourself and your skills and your ability to create transformative change for your clients to make it go of it. It's not going to happen for you. You may as well go and find a job where you can apply the skill that you enjoy doing and get paid on a regular basis for it without you having to chase down the sales for it. That's my recommendation for you if you're too scared to talk to other people. Now, let's get into what happens when you go to put an ad on a classified site or bid on jobs on a freelancer site. We're getting back to something that happened in recorded history, you know, and especially in the 50s, 60s, 70s, even into the 80s and that. Before selling started to change, consultative selling started coming around. You got this concept of buyers are liars, and I've got a video about it in this series and a great post on it on my blog. Why is that statement true, that buyers are liars? Why? Because the salespeople are liars, because they were so bad and they misrepresented their product and themselves so much that they forced the buyers to kind of turtle and go, well, we got to protect ourselves from this crap. And so when you get a buyer who is nervous and a seller who's nervous, is there going to be an exchange of truth there? No. You got a problem, right? So in order to get a good fit between buyer and seller, you need a dialogue. You need them to tell you some truth and you need to tell them some truth. So how do you get there, right? And by going and bidding on freelance sites where you don't have any engagement with the buyer, are you going to get that dialogue? No. Let me tell you what's going to happen. Now, guys like me, long before I got into the field of selling, were sent to buyer school. And I'm talking buyer, the noun with a capital B. This is a function of bigger business, right? Buyer classes that I took that teach you to unravel the baloney that bad salespeople do to try and get everything down to a kind of an equal assessment level. Now, what the hell am I talking about? Okay, even if someone has never been to a buyer's class, this is done automatically by people, okay, who are buying something. And the high C's in the disc profile will physically make a spreadsheet. They will draw it out in pen on paper, or they'll make a spreadsheet. Others may do a virtual one in their head, but believe me, this is getting done. They will make a list of potential vendors across the top, you're in there, and features down the side and price along the bottom, and they will try and get a best value for price from what they see out of this spreadsheet from everybody who applied, without any dialogue back and forth between you and them. Does that sound like it's going to get the best result for anybody? It sounds like it protects the buyer, I guess, but do they get to find everything out about you? How you could really help them? No. What it does is it devolves everything to the lowest price. You become a commodity by applying for jobs on these freelance sites and by putting your want ad up in the classified section of a busy forum or something. It does not help you. Does not help you. Now, in some cases, I'm not saying never do it. If there's a rushing river of leads and you can qualify them and cherry pick out the great ones, the great prospects for you, okay, it might be worthwhile. But overall, if you're starting a freelancing business, I wouldn't recommend doing this, because birds of a feather flock together. You get tarred by the brush of those who you hang around. And so if you're hanging around the low budget, scaredy cat type of customers, you're going to get tarred with that brush. You're the supplier for the low budget, scaredy cat types. Is that the reputation that you want? Okay, I've been through stuff like this. So let me tell you, it is unpleasant, and it can be hard to shake that image, that first image. And so go out and create this consciously, instead of just letting it happen to you or happening by accident. Go out and create the mantle of the person who helps people at the level you should be helping them at. And that means going out there and making a list of potential companies, potential organizations and people that you would like to work with, who have the right size, the right marketplace, niche, right? The right problems maybe. That would be good. They probably won't tell you about that on their website. Nobody says, here's our greatest weakness on their website. They're all trying to position themselves as perfect. But again, if you can get into a dialogue with them, if you can speak to a decision maker, right? Reach them, begin a conversation that gets them out of what they're doing and onto the call with you, you can extract that information. It will willingly give it to you most of the time, if they really are in trouble and they want out. Okay, and you may say, well, Jason, that's at a pretty high fire alarm level. Like, all I do is write articles. Well, trust me, there are people out there who view the missing article problem, the fact that they don't have good content on their site, as a 4-alarm fire emergency, okay, that they need to get taken care of. And they are willing to spend good money on the right person to do so. Now, if you come in and you just throw your bid on some site where there's no personality and no connection between them and you, what do you expect is going to happen to your price? Right? It's all going to get knocked down and devolved through that spreadsheet method to the lowest common denominator. And that's not where I want to be. That's not where you want to be. So get out there and make contact with the right profile of customer, these prospects who should be a good fit with you, and just talk to them. And believe me, you will get a result much faster than sitting around bidding and hoping. Okay. Same thing goes with job applications and that. You can go out there and create a job for yourself, a role without any competition at a business that wasn't even looking at hiring, much faster than throwing a blizzard of resumes at want ads and hoping somebody calls you back. It's the same process here. So take my advice. If you are a new to freelancing professional, take stock of yourself. Don't go, well, I need to start out at the $5 level. No, you do not. You do not. You start out at whatever level you feel comfortable at. And check your limiting beliefs. Check your money tolerance. Check it and go, well, where is it at? Where do I start to feel uncomfortable? Why is that? Why? Why is there a gulp factor at $1,000? Why? It's all in your head. It's not in your customer's head. They got a completely different opinion about the value of money. We tell you. Okay? So I think we've covered a fair amount in this quick little dialogue here. Go out and use what I've described for you today. Stop trying to compete at the lowest common denominator level with other people and get turned into a commodity on freelancing sites and that. Go out and cherry pick your best kind of prospects by making a list, organizing them by their features, right? How many people work there? Who's the best fit for you, right? What niche are they in? What problems can you best solve? And then call and ask them, hi, do you have this problem? Do you have this problem? Because I can fix that. And you will get a dialogue. You will get seen as an authority. You will get seen as an individual. And all that will be, it'll make it able to drive your price up. Okay? You won't get knocked down into that commodity level. You stand out, which is the first thing to do in selling. Stand out. They have to notice you. Otherwise, ho-hum, you're just another supplier that drifted by. I don't care. People want to talk to people. They do. They want to have a good dialogue. And good dialogue, good conversations with qualified prospects lead to what? I've said it over and over, sales. Okay? That's what you want to do. And sitting behind your computer bidding on jobs, you might pick up some once in a while, but it's not fast. it doesn't position you right, you remain a commodity, and you don't get as much money as you could. And furthermore, the projects are not as satisfying as the ones that you go and custom create with your prospect. This is Jason Kanigan from Sales on Fire. Thanks for watching.